Hey guys, Daniel here. A new update is out and it's a super nice update. It contains multiple things that make the game more fun, and one of these is the daily login reward. As you can see here, you get daily rewards from logging in, okay? We know that from other games. But there's also a reward line at the top, and you can customize your rewards. So you can say maybe you want an additional key or some stamina, or nano cores. And if you ask me, nano cores are the most valuable thing here because they are super hard to get and bring good benefits for your defense. Yeah, this is the second customizable reward, and it contains 30 nanocores. So it's basically double everything. So that's cool. I mean, free stuff, yes, please, as much as possible. And then we have a new game mod. And this is, by all honesty, the very first time that I'm going to try it out. So I have no idea what to expect. I'm just going to type enter. And the first thing I notice is there is a turret line up here. Interesting. Card sets. Can I change this? No. I get I see. I get a fixed amount of cards, like in the Vanguard challenge on Discord, where you had to choose between different setups, what works best versus certain enemies. If I get this right, then the turret / guardian at the top fights versus the boss below. Let's see. Okay, there's additional information, takes less electric damage, blah blah blah. And the setups. Oh, nice. Look at this. We just started and we have the disruption chain nearly completely finished. If this happens in Ark, guys, you hit the jackpot. Welcome to top 20. But in Vanguard, I have no idea. I just type enter now. 7 hours. I read in the forums, in the patch notes, that all the progress that you get here right now is going to get resetted because it's just a beta, so nobody has an advantage because he has earlier access to the beta. So this is just to try things out. Event has not started. Lol. Okay. Never mind. I can do nothing here. Oh. Okay. It is what it is, I guess. Well. Yeah. Okay, that's it for the Vanguard thingy, guys. Interesting. No access for me, no access for you. Let me pick up the reward. But then I want to show you some other very interesting thing because we got new chip mods, and I already wrote one of the new chip mods on a rainbow chip, but I rewrote it again. But I noticed it immediately that it's one of the new chip mods. Let me show them to you. Hopping on Discord here real quick. Game announcement, patch notes, other improvements. Where is it? Chip adjustments. Okay, so this is most importantly. New chip, laser reflections +1 and damage varies from -20 up to +40. This is a chip that I rolled earlier on. I got a video of it. I might upload it later. So you can get 1 additional laser reflection. Then we have a new chip for disruption drone, which is quite interesting because it works a little bit like max HP damage. According to the max HP of enemies, you deal damage for every tick when the disruption drone field hits vulnerable enemies. So the enemies have to be cursed with vulnerability first, and then every time they take damage from the field, 0.5% of the max HP is subtracted, and it caps at 10,000 times your ATK. So, and there's another chip for the disruption drone. The disruption drone seriously received some buffs. The range expands with every tick. 4% per tick, up to 10% per tick. Or per second, it's per second. And me personally, my disruption field, if you look over here, it ticks for 8 seconds. So if I get the 10% field range increasement, or chip mod, then the increasement is 8 times 10%. So 80% increased damage. That sounds really good. Then we have a buff for Tesla coil. For every 0.5 seconds the Tesla coil charged, the Tesla coil explosion deals 1 additional high voltage shock. And as you might know from Ark, the high voltage shocks are the second highest damage dealing ability from Tesla coil, besides the small Thunderbolt. So this definitely sounds interesting, and what sounds even more interesting is the last chip mod. If the Tesla coil hits fewer than 2 enemies, cooldown speed plus 100% or even plus 200%. This is super nice. And what does it mean? If you start a round and just 2-3 enemies are flying through the map, Tesla coil was always pretty bad because it had low attack speed, no bounces, etc. But now that the attack speed is increased, you can use it to kill enemies early and finally use Tesla coil as a viable weapon turret, maybe even stages 60 plus, because now it deals some damage early on and you're able to kill mobs early on. So that's really interesting. And yeah, there are some other things. If I find something mentionable between those points here, I'll let you know, might be in the comments, but that's it for now. And yeah, guys, I'm super excited. Let me know what you think about the patch notes or the daily rewards, which is pretty cool. Oh, one thing, just in case you want to see the chip mods in game, if I type on reroll here and on the small glass in the corner, you can see, oh lol, the Aeroblast extra shot wasn't mentioned, right? Or did I skip it? Okay, whatever, but there is another chip mod that lets the Aeroblast fire 1 additional shot right from the get-go and even increases the damage by 20%, which is pretty nice. Yeah, you can look up the mods here one by one, or you can go to the main menu and type on the glass here and look it up yourself. If you have any questions, let me know, and see you in the next one, guys.